Felarx is an Incarnon weapon, an automatic shotgun with very low magazine size of 6 rounds and atrociously slow reload. Which makes it odd, but thanks to its evolution bonuses it's ridiculously strong weapon, so we are encouraged to cope with that slow reload. One of the evolutions even points to one direction of solving that, reloading while holstered. But with magazine size being rather low, this is not as effective as in some weapons, like Trumna. Still, with primed ammo stock, you go up to 13 rounds in a mag, which is slightly better. Evolved Autoloader offers 50% of magazine reload per second, while holstered, but we can push that further with synth mods. There's also an Exilus mod for shotguns called Lock and Load, but I feel like there's other priorities for the Exilus slot. Since 5th evolution is giving us 2000% extra multiplicative damage on non-critical hits, we are not building this for any criticals. So for holster reload build, it's multi-shot, elementals, galvanized savvy, bit of fire rate and magazine size. You can further expand your magazine to 16 with burden magazine, since reload speed won't hurt it, but vigilante armaments does help with damage. Here I currently have corrosive and cold, but you can combine any elementals you like or need. Use of prime elemental mods is recommended if you have them because of the juicy damage bonuses. Primary Deathhead alongside Kinetic Baffle evolution choice flattens the recoil completely. As a bonus here you can use Synth Fiber and Synth Deconstruct on your companion to make that reload faster, as well as certain companion weapons such as Burst Laser that can equip secondary weapon mods so you can fit Synth Charge in there. And this is likely the most effective build for this weapon, with an added flaw that reloading is a no-no, just spamming F to holster the weapon is the name of the game here, or swapping to your melee. Another possible option for this build is to use faction damage mods when needed, and it can fit in with polarities I have, with a tad of shuffling around. Galvanized Acceleration is quite welcome, since the weapon has one of the worst fallouts in the game. It drops 99% of damage at range. Extending that range helps a lot, and it's not just for damage, it's projectile flight speed that's also rather low. Ammo economy generally allows it, as long as you don't hold your fire button. And I feel like this weapon feels better when I use it as a semi-auto shotgun and only use full auto when I really need it, like for Demolis and such. Another way of dealing with that reload is overkilling reload speed. So for an active reload build, we're not building it for magazine size since that extends reload time. Instead, both Prime Tactical Pump and Chilling Reload are in there. Rest is kinda the same as in previous build. Multi-shot, elementals, galvanized savvy, and galvanized acceleration. Since we are not relying to reload while holstered, we can change that evolution. And dual mode chamber is a fun option since you are going to reload pretty frequently. Bonus part in this build is Ripkas as your melee weapon, as it has an amalgam mod that reduces reload on shotguns, and it's quite helpful to have it in. Ripkas also has a sick heavy attack build, so it's not like you will sacrifice much in there. Gameplay with this build reminds me of regular Corinth, tapping that reload button frequently and pretty much whenever you can spare a moment. And this can work, and it is a familiar dynamic because regular Corin is not that rare of a weapon. We do lose a bit of damage with Chilling Reload replacing that big boy Prime Cold mod, but the weapon is still hella strong, so it does not matter much. Incarnon form does not benefit from all these reload shenanigans. It has its own magazine of 60 bullets, and when that's out, you need to go back to your primary fire mode and get enough headshots to get back up. If that mode is your focus, then primary fire does not matter as much, nor does choice on how you decide to mitigate that reload. So for Incarnon Enjoyer build, it's pretty much the same as our first build, the holster reload build, but the difference is that you have a choice of reloading either way. You can go for an extra magazine size and reload with that evolved autoloader, or you can just slap that reload speed and manage it that way. Because headshots from all your projectiles in a single shot count as different headshots for purpose of charging the Incarnon transmutation, you can hug enemies and get that charge meter up fast. Reason to use the good old regular reload in a build where you focus on an Incarnon form is because of 3rd evolution, offering a mounting momentum, a fire rate bonus after each shot fired that resets on reload. As we mentioned, Incarnon form has 60 shots, with each adding 10% fire rate. It's pretty juicy. You can still combine synth mods and make use of holster reload while having mounting momentum on, or keep that ripcast in if you reload actively while doing that. This really depends on what you like to do. I don't think there's a wrong choice. Using frames that boost the reload is always a welcome option with this weapon. All in all, it's a weapon that requires planning with your build more than most other weapons, possibly an entire loadout or even multiple loadouts dedicated to maximizing aspects of each form. It's a strong one, so it's worth it. If you get a Riven, it's always multi-shot that's recommended, adding more elementals in there, reload, punch through, projectile flight speed. Those are kinds of things that help it. Critical stuff is useless, or even problematic because of devastating attrition, unless it's a negative critical chance, then that helps somewhat. Regular damage is also a questionable stat on a Riven since you have Deathhead and Galvanized Savvy in the build, but it's not a bad stat, just don't pick your Riven roll based on it. Let me know what combo is your choice. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.